Okay, we'll just do a quick update on the greenhouse because it's been a while since I've done one. We did have some unexpectedly hot temperatures last week, so I ended up putting the shade cloth back up over my avocado plant because it was getting some scorched leaves, which is really a bummer because it did so well through the summer when I had the shade cloth up, but then I took it down a few weeks ago and it got unexpectedly hot again. And over here, the mango tree is just putting out all that new growth, which makes me so excited, so very happy. I really wasn't sure what to do with this tree because it wasn't doing anything. These two strawberry guavas are looking fantastic. Lots of growth there. The mulberry tree is doing really well. It's only in here for a year or two, and then it will be planted outside. Really pleased with how my Rio Grande cherry is doing. It's losing almost all the leaves it arrived with. That's these guys. And they have almost all fallen off. And it's just new leaves. And it's got a little tiny succulent down there that I didn't have room for anywhere else. The fig tree seems to be slow growing. And I don't know if all of them are that way or if it's just mine. So it is growing, but not quickly like some of these others. The lemon is doing well. My Hawaiian poha berry, I'm not too familiar with this plant. And I've got it supported with 2 stakes because it's floppy. I don't know if it needs a trellis. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research on this plant. Back here I've got mint. This is a new addition to the greenhouse. The lemon guava is looking great. The Pitomba back here is still a little small and it's trying to get out of the way of this purple forest guava. I keep trying to give it space. I think I'm gonna need to separate those two. And my Acerola also is looking really great, really bushing out. And my Pina sugar apple, it's looking good. And the June plum is a new addition. I have been wanting this guy for several months, so I was really excited. And they got him back in stock. He's a tiny, tiny seedling, so it's going to take a while before he's up to par, but he's coming along. And I was really worried about this succulent garden for a while because it got this really bad sun scorching and a lot of it died, but it's got little babies. It's got lots of fun stuff happening. And of course this guy, he's supposed to be a little succulent, but he's like, no, I want to be big. So he is. He's big. Down here, these guys have not been doing great. The crown of thorns was showing some sun distress. I put it down here to shade it, and now it looks better. The Gurumi Chama and the pineapple guava showed signs of overwatering. So I put them up here to dry out more, but then they started showing signs of sun distress. So both of them are not in great condition. I don't know if they're gonna make it. I'll have to keep an eye on them. These are my other strawberry guavas, which I moved into a grow bag to simulate being in earth because I want them to have lots of room to grow. I do need to get something to put under the bags so that the water is not in direct contact with my flooring. So I have ordered something, but it hasn't arrived yet. And I had to move the apple banana tree to the middle of the greenhouse so that it has room to reach its maximum height. And that is as high as it can go. It just can't go past that roof. So we'll see what happens when it reaches that point. Coming back around, I have all these thuya trees. They're waiting to get planted outside. Just needed to be fall so that we can get to the backyard without all the growth. And this one is my Jamaica, my beautiful hibiscus Jamaica plant. It's also doing really well. The Australian red finger line sending out one shoot to be the central trunk, it looks like. And just the regular Australian finger line kind of doing the same thing. Both of them are trying to increase their height. This jalapeno plant is one of my pride and joys. This thing is as tall as I am, which is 5'2", not super tall. It is covered in peppers. and a wasp. And we've got one that's just about ripe. This is our second harvest of this jalapeno plant. And there's just peppers everywhere. We already had a harvest earlier in the summer. So I'm excited for all these peppers. And this is my lychee. I'm still trying to figure out this tree. The leaves don't live extremely long, so all of the leaves that originally came with, they're the ones that have the scorched tips. They had that when I got it. They are all falling off now, but it has put out plenty of new growth, lots of new leaves, but they seem very fragile. If I touch these little leaf buds, they fall off. So I'm trying to be sensitive with this plant. The new leaves are also very droopy. It has droopy leaves until they reach a certain age and then they perk up. So I'm just having to get used to it. It looks and acts differently than my other plants. The passion fruit is doing well. And I'm so proud of my kumquat tree. Look at those beautiful kumquats. They won't be ready until next month. But then I have a whole bunch of new ones. There were a bunch of new flowers that came out. So about 2 months after that, we'll have another round of kumquats. And maybe it will just give me little fruits all year long. And this is my ruby guava tree. I love guavas, obviously, as you can see from the different varieties. This one will grow and grow and grow. It'll be a big one. This is my pink lemonade blueberry. And it gets to stay in here year round also. And my loquat, which I wanted a loquat tree, and then I ate loquats in Jerusalem and was like, I have to have a loquat tree. So I went and bought one. And my jabuticaba. I also adore jabuticaba fruit and did not imagine I would ever be able to have it in the US. And this one is my seriguela, otherwise known as jocote or hog plum. In Brazil, it's seriguela. And so that's what I call it. And a little bitty cayenne pepper going on over there. And over here, my Pakistan mulberry, just for fun, because I saw the size of those Pakistan mulberries and I was like, I want one. So everything's looking good in here. Temperatures are going to start cooling off next week, so I am getting a greenhouse space heater, and hopefully it will warm up this space and keep everything safe and sound through the cold. We will see.